My name is Marina. I'm 33, and I live with my little family in a quiet town. I'm married to Daniel, and we have a sweet daughter named Lena, who is 7. For 10 years, we lived together peacefully, building a life filled with trust. I loved my husband deeply and believed he was a good man. But everything changed one Friday night when Daniel went to a birthday party. He said he would return late, and I told him that was fine. I stayed home because I was feeling unwell and needed rest. What I didn't know was that his ex-girlfriend was also at that party. The next morning, Daniel sat quietly in the kitchen, looking lost and upset. I asked him what was wrong, but he hesitated for a moment. Then he finally said, "Marina, I need to tell you something." I felt my stomach tighten as I waited for his words. He told me he had kissed his ex-girlfriend at the party while he was drunk. He said she came close and he didn't stop her, that it just happened. I stared at him in disbelief, my heart cracking open inside my chest. He begged for forgiveness, calling it a one-time mistake. Anger rushed through me. I cried, shouted, and told him to leave the house. I grabbed his bag, opened the door, and said he needed to go. He walked out slowly, looking broken, while I stood trembling. Our daughter wasn't home, and I was grateful she didn't witness the fight. After that, Daniel kept messaging and calling, asking for one more chance. I ignored every message because my heart felt completely shattered. Then his mother called, telling me not to be angry and that men make mistakes. But I refused. I couldn't live with someone who kissed another woman. People around me said I should forgive him, but I didn't want to. I couldn't sleep beside a man who broke my trust so easily. I felt dirty, hurt, and completely alone despite still loving him. Love wasn't enough anymore. Trust mattered more, and he destroyed it. The next day, Daniel came back with flowers, begging again to talk. I opened the door only slightly and asked what he wanted. He said he was drunk, confused, and didn't want to lose his family. But I told him he lost us the moment he kissed her. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept remembering our wedding and Lena's birth. Daniel had once been supportive, kind, and deeply loving, but now he felt like a stranger who had torn something inside me. I asked myself if forgiveness was possible, but the answer stayed no. Days passed, and I still didn't respond to his calls. I needed peace. But Daniel continued sending messages saying he loved me and missed us. One day, he wrote a long message saying he couldn't eat or sleep without us. I read it with shaking hands, torn between love and pain. That night, I cried quietly and held Lena's tiny hand as she slept beside me. Her peaceful face reminded me of the life I wanted her to learn from. I wanted her to grow up choosing respect, not pain disguised as love. And I knew I needed to be strong for her and for myself. The next day, Daniel waited outside the school just to see Lena. I didn't stop him. He was her father, and she adored him. She ran to him happily, hugging him as he gave her a small book. I watched from a distance, my eyes filling with tears. After taking her for ice cream, Daniel approached me again to talk. He said he wouldn't give up and would prove that he could change. I told him calmly that my heart was closed now and couldn't go back. He lowered his gaze, realizing he had no words left to defend himself. That night, Lena asked softly, "Mommy, why doesn't Daddy live with us?" I took a slow breath and tried to choose the right words for her young heart. I told her that adults make mistakes and sometimes love isn't enough, but we both loved her deeply, and that would never change. A year passed, and Lena and I built a calm, steady life together. We laughed, played, and healed slowly, even though the nights felt heavy sometimes. Daniel visited every weekend and never missed a single day with Lena. He brought books and toys, but never pushed me. He just waited quietly. One warm afternoon, he arrived early and helped me clean the garden. After a moment, he asked softly if we could talk. Daniel said he missed being my husband and missed our family. He admitted his mistake again and said he still loved me deeply. I looked into his eyes and saw the tired honesty in them. I still remembered the pain, but I also saw how much he had changed. Lena laughed in the sunlight nearby, playing with her doll. My heart felt full, torn between past hurt and present hope. Finally, I told him, I forgive you, and I want us to try again. His eyes filled with tears as he held my hands gently. He whispered, really? Unable to believe my words. Yes, I said, but not from weakness, from strength. He hugged me tightly as Lena ran toward us smiling. She asked, are you both happy now? Her little voice full of hope. I whispered yes, feeling our family coming back together. Not perfect, but real, honest, and rebuilt with a second chance. Sometimes people make mistakes, but true change can heal broken hearts. If someone is genuinely sorry, love can return stronger than before. Families can find their way back even after deep pain. And this is how we became whole again, imperfect but full of love.